Hi, this is Dr. Prasad Pradheelam, continuing the class series with Innovation and Design Thinking, BIDTK158 as well as 258, a common subject for the first semester as well as second semester under Visheshwara Technology University. The colleges affiliated to VTU Belgaum. For them, this particular syllabus is there. So, covering that theory part of that. The objective type question answers I already covered and it's available in my YouTube channel, My Intuition. So this is a theory. So this is one I am covering, the module 1 part 2. Part 2 I am covering the theory and practice in design thinking, explore presentation designers across globe, MVP and prototyping. Okay, so theory and practice in design thinking. Theory and part of and practice in design thinking, that design thinking about the design thinking. Okay, so design thinking, it is actually the blends of theory and practice. Okay, it's not that design thinking is a concept or it's a theory. No, it has to be implemented, then only it has got some value. Okay, so the theory, it relies on the principles and the structured process which guides the designers through different stages, from understanding the user needs till the testing solution. In testing solution also they try to understand the user needs. So everything, it is user centric. So it covers the tools and methods for gathering information, generating ideas and refining solutions. The design thinking in action, it involves applying the theory to the real world situations, which include the user research, idea brainstorming, prototyping, testing, etc. It also requires a collaboration with various stakeholders. One cannot do it alone. The theory offers actually the guidelines, while the practice applies them to solve the real world problems. And when they apply also real life problem, when it comes slight changes from the theoretical part also, they have to understand and adjust according to the user needs. So both theory and practice inform and it improve each other. Both are connected to each other, theory as well as practice. The stages like empathize, define, ideate, prototype and test. The first one, that is empathize stage. In this stage, the designer, not only designer, the innovator or who are working in some concept, they try to understand the user's need, the customer's need, and they experience through research and observation, called as emphasizing the empathy for innovation. Okay, so the methods which comes under the empathizing, it include the user research, observing their behavior when they handling that particular product, experience the users challenges, what are the challenges the users are facing, using the empathy maps, promoting diverse perspectives of that, and accepting or welcoming the feedback from the users. So it is very crucial in order to maintain an ongoing connection with the audience, the target audience, to ensure the innovation, it meets their needs and can be adapted accordingly. Okay, so the empathy stage means interacting with the users, finding their pain points. So some of the questions that we can ask during the empathy stage, like what are their daily routine and habits, or what are their pain points and challenges, who are the users and what are their demographics, how do they currently feel about the problem or the opportunity, and to understand what are their unspoken needs and desires. So it is very important to observe while talking, to the customer or the user, and it has to be in their natural environment rather than just making them that they are facing an interview or they are facing a survey. It should be in a natural environment, then we will get the art exactly the user needs. That actually provide the valuable insight into their behavior and the context towards that particular product. Second one, that is define stage. In the define stage, the one who is working in that concept, he has to work on that pinpoints and framing the problem after gathering the insights from the empathy stage. That means after understanding user needs, the actual process, it involves synthesizing the information or gathered information, identifying the patterns and the themes which is needed, or even spotting the key insights, finding the key insights and opportunities for solution, creating a clear point of view, POV, we call it a POV, point of view statement which align with the user needs, then establishing the scope of the project, specifying the inclusions and exclusion, what need to be included, what need to be excluded, and we should have a clear-cut idea in this define stage what should be our product, what should be that when it comes to that, that imagination should come in the define stage. So this detailed definition stage or define stage, it makes sure that the design thinking process it focused on addressing the user needs and creating meaningful solutions. So even many questions we have to ask ourselves as well as with the customer also we can ask during the define stage also. Some of them like what is a problem or opportunity that need to be addressed, or how does this problem or opportunity it will affect the users and their daily lives, what are the specific pain points and needs of the user, what are the goals and objectives for addressing this problem or the opportunity, who are the stakeholders and how do they impact or are impacted by this problem or opportunity, then what are the constraints and limitations which need to be considered. Okay, so it is also very important to define that POV, point of view, or a statement which summarizes the problem or opportunity and the user needs. This can serve as a guiding principle for the remaining stages, the rest of the design thinking process. Next, that is ideate stage. In the ideate stage, the designer has to focus on generating a very broad range of ideas to solve the problem. Now they have a problem now, after empathizing, after defining, the problem is there. Now all the possible broad range of ideas needed to solve that problem. Okay, for that he has to do a lot of brainstorming. He has to encourage different ideas through different sessions using techniques like how might be questions. They can do mind mapping, that is creating the visual diagrams to explore the ideas and their connections. They can do sketching, that is again making quick as well as rough sketches to visualize and explore the concept. And even prototyping also can be done in this stage, idea stage. Prototype is a separate stage is there, but a part of prototyping can be done, like a physical prototype or even digital prototype can be done, or so-called crazy eights. That is a technique in which they will participate, draw 8 ideas in 8 minutes with diverse options of that. Quantity over quality is also comes in picture. So this aim is to create the diverse pool of ideas to be evaluated and developed further in the next stage of design thinking. That means you should not be limited to something. Whatever maximum possible things you have to think around in and around that problem to be solved. All the possible ways. From that, best we can choose. So the best one that we call as the how might we question. How might we do that? Okay, some examples if I say how might we improve the overall user experience for one of the online shopping platform. How might we make it easier for customers to find the products which they are looking for in our website. How might we make our products more environmental friendly? How might we increase the efficiency of our the manufacturing process? How might we provide better customer support and assistance to the customer who are in need while shopping online? So these are the type of questions, not that all questions we have to ask this same question. These are the type of questions that we have to generate as many as possible, and we have to find the solution. Have to find the solution for that. That stage is called ideate stage. Then comes the prototype stage. In prototype stage, the designer develops a physical or a digital version of the solution. Prototype is actually a model, a preliminary model or a sample which is used to test and access the concepts. Not only concept, the design as well as the user experience. So this is a very crucial step, prototype, in design thinking process, which allows the designers to test and refine ideas before finalizing a product or the service. Prototypes can be in various forms, like very low fidelity, or like sketches or paper models, or even it can be very high fidelity models. Just working digital simulations can also be done. So the purpose is to explore the different solutions, to gather some feedbacks and rework, iterate on that design. Okay, so prototyping helps to understand the usability, how it can be used, whether it can be used or not, or the feasibility, or even the desirability, whether people are desired, it is getting desired or not. Okay, so it's a continuous process, iterative process actually, involving multiple rounds of testing and refinement based on the user feedback. So the designer, he continues in modifying or improving the prototype until it meets the user's needs and expectations. Last one, that is testing stage. Once we are satisfied as a designer, then we have to release it as in the test stage. The test stage, the designer evaluates the solution by involving users for getting feedback and making the improvements, iterative improvements. So this stage is the final phase of design thinking process, and it focuses on refining ideas generated in the ideate stage. So the key activities including creating a prototype, conducting user testing through interviews or surveys, analyzing the collected data for patterns, then iterating on the design based on the feedback, and redefining the problem statement if at all it is necessary. Okay, so the goal of test stage or it is to access the enhance the ideas from the ideate stage, ensuring that the final product or service, it is aligned with the user needs and the expectations. Okay, so that's about the test stage, 5 stages: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So 5 stages are the main important thing of design thinking. Now, some information related to design thinking concept, like professional presentation designers across the globe. Okay, some examples given. These are the companies. I took the image from the screenshot of the website. Okay, I took from my system only. Okay, so this is Duarte, not Durate, Duarte. Okay, I don't know exact pronunciation of that. It's one of the very famous company working on designing concept. Presentify, then ethos 3, then 24 slides. Okay, okay, so it's given here. Okay, so there are many skilled presentation designers in the world, or which are specialized in crafting the visually impressive and impactful presentations for different audience and different purposes. So this is also one of the comes under the design thinking concept. So some of the firms which are mentioned here, like Dorate Design, which is US based in California. They create visually stunning and very effective presentation for tech companies or even startups and NGOs, non-profit organization also. Presentify, which is from UK, United Kingdom. It's an agency in London, and it is recognized for their visually impressive, effective presentation for tech companies, startup, and even NGOs. Ethos 3, that is a US based company in Nashville. It is again a design company. It's a training firm also, and they produce all the required things for technical companies as well as startup as well as non-profit companies. Another one, 24 slides. Few examples. The top 10 list I took from that. The top 4 I took later at this particular date mentioned. Okay, so it will change even when I explaining the time also, it may be here and there. So there is no further discussion required. Just an example I took. So few examples are given here. Okay, many are there, many companies are there. It's not that I took only I'm advertising them. It's not like that. Just to make understand this purpose, just make the people to understand what is that. Then it is there. Okay, so people can search whatever nearby whom you are, which is affordable, that people will search if whenever they need. It's not that everybody knows what is their requirement. So MVP, minimum viable product, that is the next topic. Minimum viable product, say let's imagine that a new product we want to produce or we have to create. So the MVP or the minimum viable product, that is the simplest version of that product with just enough features to make it work, only to make it work. That simplest version, you can call it as the MVP or minimum viable product. So the basic version, it will help us to test the ideas and get feedback from users before spending a lot of time and money on developing the finalized full product. Prototyping, in detail I explained later, and again it will come in the coming next videos in detail. So prototyping and MVP, of the connection. So prototyping, it is a process of creating the preliminary version of the product or the service, not only product, even service also, in order to test its design or functionality, usability, etc. Prototyping, it can take many forms, like the wireframe, like it's a skeleton or the the blueprint of a website or a software app that we call it as wireframes, or it may be a mock-up. Mock-ups again, it's a prototype only with more visual details like the colors or the fonts, images, everything is added to that. That is called as mock-ups. Or even a working model is a prototype. It's always used in along with the MVP or conjunction with the MVP as a way to quickly validate and then iterate on the product idea. That's about the prototyping. Okay, so that's about the video. Module 1 completed. Thank you very much for your support extended to me by subscribing. Okay, or you support extended to me by liking the video, or your support extended to me by sharing the video. I request to subscribe first because I want to see more number of subscribers to my YouTube channel. That is everyone who work on their own YouTube channel, they wish it. So I wish you, I wish that I will get more number of subscribers. If in every video when I produce, I'll get more and more subscribers. So thank you very much for subscribing to my YouTube channel, as well as thank you very much for watching my videos. So thank you.